Hey everybody, you're watching Alphard Group's channel, and today we've prepared a video review of our top-of-the-line neodymium subwoofers. Reviewing and testing the new top-level neodymium Deaf Bonce subwoofers. Translation and voiceover by BMI Russian. We put a lot of time and resources into preparing these speakers for production. We've put time and resources into creating this motor, to make the moving structure work, and to do some experimenting. We needed the support of certain people, the leading contenders from all around the world. And here's the result. We have the subwoofers right here. Let's have a look at what's what. First of all, we have a unique power section happening right here, based on the finest neodymium magnets available. We have quite a few of them here. They help give the motor an incredibly high output. This here is a super powerful motor. Right here we have an American-made 8-layer 3-inch coil, capable of withstanding a lot of juice. The stock nominal output is rated at 3 kilowatts. Now I'd like to share my personal impressions from looking at the subwoofer and touching it. Even if you're only watching this video and seeing this thing for the first time, you must agree that the speaker is massive and awesome. You really want to grab it straight away and throw it on your car. Yes, it is expensive, but it's a top-notch item. A top-notch item capable of generating some respectable numbers not only in everyday use, but when competing in car audio contests as well. We're gonna prove it today. How, you ask? Here we have a 15-inch speaker. This particular 15-inch unit standing on the table will later be putting into a regular everyday car inside a run-of-the-mill box. Of course, we're gonna have a healthy power supply. Anyway, we'll see some impressive numbers. Let's have a look at our subwoofers using the 12-inch version as an example. The top side has a classic top-of-the-line Deaf Bonce look to it, with a carbon cap, our logo, green stitching, a robust suspension, and a rigid and wear-resistant moving structure which can endure some serious torture when putting the subwoofer to proper use. Onto the basket now. The basket for both versions 3 and 4 is of our very own bespoke design, and it serves as a radiator which dissipates heat, thanks both to the beams and to these large orifices for ventilation. We've installed a set of centering spacers into the moving mass, made from a material which doesn't lose its properties even after a long time. These spacers are installed using a special pressure ring, which is held on using bolts, and reinforced with some glue. And now the most important part, which is the coil and the speaker motor itself. We've used an 8-layer 3-inch American-made sound coil, which allows for the speaker to withstand substantial power, with the 8 layers filling the gap as much as possible. The unique power section consists of a neodymium motor, which allowed for attaining a record magnetic force index within the gap. This gives us a high level of efficiency and sensitivity, allowing for the speaker to withstand extreme power output, exceeding nominal by tenfold. Now you're looking at a 21-inch monster speaker with a 5-inch coil. This subwoofer is a separate item in itself. It's the Neo Deaf Bonce's big brother. Look at the size of this thing. I reckon it's apparent that we're using a completely different motor packed with even more neodymium. Like I said, it has a larger coil, a 5-inch one. We're looking at a reeling height of 3.94 inches. However, it's a long-stroke unit, made specifically for music, while capable of doing some serious pumping. By the way, to illustrate my point that this is a unique subwoofer, the sporting versions of this subwoofer hold a few world records, which I don't think are going to be surpassed even within the next year. Anyway, this subwoofer's main purpose is music without any compromises. This thing was created specifically for making some serious noise on music. This here is a musical neodymium monster. Take a look at the wire terminals. You can insert a... Wow, the magnet just caught my microphone. You can put your fingers through there. If you really try, you can insert a neutral main through here. Can you imagine commutating a subwoofer using a neutral main? That's the 21 for you.
Blood on the shirt, leave your body in the dirt, man.
Okay, so we've relocated to ceramic technology to take the first ever reading from a Neo subwoofer in Russia, and maybe even in the world. I mean, nobody's ever even tested one in typical everyday conditions. This is a bass-oriented enclosure with a 34 Hz peak. We've got two 4 kilowatt Deaf Bonce Korean series amps, and now we're going to see what sort of pressure one 15-inch subwoofer can generate. We'll see everything in due time. Here's our meter right here. Show us the sensor. Hold on a minute. Artem, can you hold this up? I'll bring everything into focus. Alright, zeros across the board. We can start measuring. Okay, so the frequency is 34 Hz, 153.6, from a single 15-inch speaker in the trunk. I reckon we opened the trunk. Yeah, for the sake of keeping everything fair, we're not cutting anything out of this clip. Here's the subwoofer. There's 1 amp. Yep, that's 1 amp. They've already seen it. And there's another one. Another amp right there. You keep making faces that I don't want to say. I don't like the way you talk to me, saying you can talk to me however you like. I know that ain't right. I don't like the way you talk to me, saying you can talk to me however you like. I know that ain't right. Everything you say make me look the other way. I don't wanna know, so I'ma let it fade. Baby, I got issues, but I love myself. Here are a few final words for you. You've seen the result. We've achieved 153.6 while the camera was rolling. Before we started filming, it was actually 153.8. So you can get 154 decibels out of a single 15-inch speaker. No issues whatsoever, as long as you know what you're doing. We've got 3 subwoofers going into production. 12-inch, 15-inch, and a completely separate 21-inch speaker. Let me explain. This one has a bespoke magnet system, as well as a 5-inch coil, while the basket is modeled off of a 31-inch subwoofer, in that it was crafted out of separate sections. So yeah, this is something for the true maniacs out there who want an exclusive piece of kit. Actually, the entire lineup of Neo subwoofers is exclusive. These speakers allow for some musical low frequencies, high sound pressure, and the unprecedented reliability that Deaf Bonce has been renowned for years. So yeah, hit the like button, show our top-of-the-line products some love, subscribe to our channel, and for those who've noticed these hydras, if you're into SQ, while our channel's pretty much all about bass and full-power front, let us know in the comments if you dig an SQ review of the hydras. See ya!